If you could go back in time, what time would you go back to? I wouldn't go back at all. Why is that? I wouldn't go back in time because I'm black. There's never been a time where black people have been treated with equality. I am not a slave of compliments, and I will not overdose in injections of racism. The only addiction I have is of the melanin in my skin. My heritage is not a skin. Society will plant my children with bias in their Happy Meals and racism on their lunch trays. They'll be spoon-fed with celebrity gossip through news channels. They'll nourish them with plastic-trapped anorexia and name it Barbie. They'll grow to see that a real man doesn't look like G.I. Joe until they're ripe with ordinance and they'll be ready to be harvested. So let me ask you another question. What does it mean to be free? I look down at my hands and my feet and what do I see? Not shackles, not chains, not the fields of my ancestors who were slain, my ancestors who worked in the sun and in the rain. What does it mean to be free? Does it mean to go to college and get a degree? Does it mean to walk with your head held high and your eyes wide shut? To live with the uneasiness down in your gut? To keep your mouth shut and your head off the platter? What does it mean to be free? My grandma, she told me that something in her lifetime she would probably never get to see. Something in her lifetime that she'll probably never get to be. You can take the shackles off a person, but they still won't be free because you destroyed their minds long ago to an incredible degree. You wretch system, you took my culture and you took my last name. You tried to steal all my remarks, but still that's all in vain. You hate me, and you wish that I would fall. You wish that I never find freedom, but I got the wake-up call. You keep chasing me like my name's David and your name's Saul. Because for decades, the wretch system put the necks of my people against the wall. But I got my hands up, and I'm ready to ball. Yeah, I'm ready to do it all. I'll throw you like the football. Best believe I'm coming for you like the last 8 ball. Because you see, I've been trying to be for far too long. I've been trying to be free, and you keep promising me all the freedom I could want with just a small fee. The fee that Martin Luther King Jr. paid in blood. The fee that Malcolm X paid in blood. The fee that Emmett Till paid in blood. The fee that Travis Martin paid in blood. And now we're here, trying to get what we've been promised. What would it take? More blood? So yes, I am a black female. Why on earth would I go back in time?
Everyone is faced with stereotypes each day. Well, what are stereotypes? Girls can't play football, that's an example of a stereotype. Why are we living in a society where stereotypes exist? Black people are loud and are always late. Those are another examples of stereotypes. And it seems like it's only girls and black people who are faced with stereotypes, but it's not. People say that white people can't dance or season their food. People say that boys who walk around with their trousers sagging down and with their hoods up are all criminals. Let me give you an example of a stereotype that I was once faced with. Once I got an invitation to a party and underneath the time it says, "No black people time in." I got to the party, everyone was dancing, and this white girl, she started dancing and people started making irrelevant comments saying, "Stop dancing because you can't." The police came up and saw people wearing hoods and were questioned and arrested. Why are we living like we are living in the past? Why are black people being called this and white people being called that? Why are girls being called this and boys being called that? We are in the present, but if we don't change, we can't call it the present because the present is a gift.
Can I please have a raise of hands of those who love animals? Well, let me start off by saying that I'm personally not attracted to animals, but I do care about their safety and their habitats. Did you know that 60% of recyclable materials end up not being recycled? As a result of this, animals are becoming more and more extinct due to deforestation. Can I please have a raise of hands of those who have children or grandchildren? Can I please have another raise of hands of those who want their children or grandchildren to to live in the best world possible. You may put your hands down now. As humans, we are all contributors to the state of the world that we are living in today. We are all to be put to the blame. The world that your children are living in is not the best one possible. What I want from you now is to take a step closer to making this planet Earth more eco-friendly. I know this is a big step, but if we all have our own individual input, it will make the process of taking this step will be a lot easier. For those of you who are already recycling, please carry on what you are doing. And for those of you who are unsure of what goes in what bin, please do some research and ask your friends. They might be a good source of help. Remember, you're not doing this for your own sake. You're doing this for the sake of the future generations to come.
Every day in Great Britain, around 450 children start smoking. 1 in 4 turn into regular smokers by the age of 15. Do you want your child to become addicted to smoking? As youth of our society, I'm regularly affected by smoking, tricked by fumes of hatred as I walk out of school given off by inconsiderate construction workers. Smoking is not only bad for your health, but it's also bad for the people around you. Smoking is a habit which individuals find difficult to quit. Quitting smoking ensures a longer and better life. People who quit smoking have reduced risk of suffering a heart attack, stroke or cancer. Why do I care? Why should you care? Well, as I said, smoking doesn't only affect the person's health, but the people around you. This is called passive smoking. Smoking is something I feel deeply about, as people are killed by this unknowingly, unwillingly, and it's not fair. They have no choice.
What have I done? Why is it me? It's happened to everyone in my family. Now that I look in the mirror, I know it's time for me. It all began when I started school, my first day in primary. It was hard to make friends just because of my family. Bullied because of my religion, told that I was a terrorist. Teachers used to pick on me. Teachers used to pick on me, called me stupid and ignored my cleverness. Throughout my years in primary, I felt isolated. They made so much fun of me, called me grotesque, reptilian and ghastly. All mad, all contaminated. All this hate due to religion gets me aggravated. What have I done? Why is it me? I get attacked every day at secondary because of my ethnicity. They ignore my presence and knowingly say that Islam is full of terrorists and that I should go back to my country. Like, how do I go back to my country if I was born in England? Why are people just racist? To me, it will always be a conundrum. What have I done? Why is it me? Bullied throughout my childhood because of my beliefs and theology. This is not just for Muslims, but for all the other innocent victims of hate crime who constantly face discrimination due to their race or religion. But we can stop this, and it all starts with you. So let's stand up together and make a change.
Guns, knives, and broken hearts. This contagious word called violence is separating families and leading to death. So scarred as they got up to heaven with bad memories. How can we stop this? How can we prevent this? How? A question I ask myself every day, every hour, and every minute. Why do we let this continue? Why do we let violence over goodness? A quote from Barack Obama says, "Violence never brings permanent peace. It solves non-social problems. It merely creates new and more complicated ones." It makes me cry, and the sad thing is, I know why. Violence everywhere, getting younger as we grow, getting deeper within us, and burying in our skin.
I'm proud to be standing in front of you all to share my thoughts and feelings. I can honestly say that I'm not perfect. No one's perfect, but everyone has a choice to do something good or something bad, a choice that determines your actions in life. We live in a cruel society where people influence each other to do a certain thing, even if they might not actually agree with it. However, I can honestly stand here, look everyone in the eye and say I'm proud to be a follower of Islam, proud to walk down the streets of London without being afraid to tell people what I believe in. People often mistaken me for a follower of another religion. People have judged me in the past, questioning why are you not dressed in a certain way? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? But who are you to judge? People are blinded in hate and discrimination. Not only discrimination, people on a basis are being verbally and physically abused. But why? How am I any different to you? Don't I have feelings? But after all, I'm only a human. Thank you.
I guarantee you that you're sitting here hungry but don't have food waiting for you at home. Imagine that food sitting in the fridge waiting to be cooked. Well, some people can't even imagine that at all. They don't have food waiting for them and they probably don't even know when they'll eat again. Thousands, millions of people are dying each year due to starvation. In impoverished countries across the world, and here in Britain, food banks uses on the rise. Isn't there something we can do? I know alone there's nothing much I can do, but as a whole, we can definitely make a change. Think about the amount of food you waste every week. Could you shop smarter and waste less? Well, I care. Why should you care? Should you even care? Well, I care. I care deeply. Because I see how being hungry affects people. So I'm going to make it my mission to donate food every week.
Racism is one of the biggest and crucial problems in today's society. Racism has many branches: skin color, religion, ethnicity, and many more. Religion is turned into such big and important issue. A group of terrorists, killers, evil people came up with a nickname called ISIS. These monsters are going around killing men, women, children, elderly, so basically every single innocent person. These inhuman creatures disgracefully claim that they follow the religion Islam and that they are obeying Islam's rules. So brothers and sisters, my question to you is, if these killers are murdering so many people, especially killing Muslims, how can they possibly be a Muslim? Going against Islam, the worst way, murdering, how can they possibly be a Muslim? The whole point of this ISIS terrorism is to discredit Islam and to create hatred towards the religion. What if somebody tried to discredit your religion? I think it's time to stop this cruelty. What if you are one of the innocent people who have been suffering for a really long time just because you believe and follow a harmless religion? People are not only suffering mentally and physically, but the death rates have rapidly increased. Social media has been spreading around so much false information that people believe every lie that they see or hear. So may I ask you one favor? When I end my speech, I would like you to not ignore what I say. Please spread this around and help bring equality and peace for all people. Thank you for listening.